Europe's lost it, man. That's right, the Europa League saw what the Champions League had to offer this week and decided to up the ante, and oh my, am I ever glad that I have committed to watching this tournament this season. If you missed it, then maybe this video, which is both a recap video and will also feature a little reacting to my predictions, will wet your whistle a little bit. And hey, I went 3 for 4 on my Champions League predictions. Let's see if we can beat that in the Europa. I'm Adrian, by the way, and hey, this is Rabona TV, and we just hit 10K. So, a huge thanks to all who have subscribed, and if you're finding us for the first time, then you should definitely join our community. Let's get started with Sporting versus Atletico Madrid. Tom Kundert from Portugal.net put it perfectly when he tweeted remarking that this match was something of a mission impossible for Sporting, with Piccini and William Carvalho out with injury and Bastos and Contrang suspended. So you always knew that this one was going to be a tough one for Sporting, but perhaps they would have been encouraged by the fact that Atletico didn't look great in the last match. So just a little more sharpness from Sporting could have potentially made a real match of this. Luckily for them, Atletico continued to be crap in comparison to their usual self, and Sporting gave them and their fans hope when in the 28th minute, Fredy Montero adjusted well at the back post to head home his third of the Europa League campaign and make it 2-1 Atletico on aggregate with a full hour left to play. Diego Costa was ineffectual in this match, and Griezmann made like his hair and disappeared for the entirety of this match pretty much, as he blew 2 one-on-one chances with Patricio. Other than that, Atletico Madrid caught a ride on the Jan Oblak bus service, as they withstood a Sporting barrage of 17 shots, with Oblak forced to make 6 saves. So 2-1 Atletico goes through on aggregate. So how did I do with my prediction? I doubt I would have predicted Sporting to go through. But seriously, without any bias, what did I say? And I think that Atletico will do the business over Lisbon once again, taking it 4-2 on aggregate. I just called Sporting Lisbon. Oof. So I'll take a point for getting the victor right, and I'll take my L for calling Sporting Lisbon. Moving on to Russia, where CSKA found themselves in the exact same position that Roma found themselves in on Tuesday. Ugh. Playing at home, down 3 goals on a 4-1 aggregate. And CSKA fans would be excused for letting their emotions get the best of them and daring to dream when Chalov tucked away the rebound after Peter Cech did well to save a header from the 6-yard box. And then after the half, you'd really excuse the CSKA fans for perhaps getting a little ahead of themselves in the 50th minute when Nabapkin put away yet another rebound. And are you kidding me? Ignacevic lashed one in on goal and it just went wide, just wide. Were they really going to mimic Roma and pull this thing back?
Welbeck with the finish!
No, they wouldn't, as Danny Welbeck scored his 3rd in the Europa League and his 3rd in his last 2 appearances across all competitions in the 75th minute to all but end CSKA's hopes. And if they weren't done there, another guy whose form is really ramping it up at the right time, Aaron Ramsey, put the tie to bed in the 92nd minute. That was his 3rd goal against CSKA in this tie, all while having Staples holding his leg closed. Gross. I won't post the picture in case any of you are squeamish, but yeah, dude had 6 staples holding a gash closed on his calf during the second half. So Arsenal are making it to their first European semi-final since the 2008-2009 season, and they've gotta like their chances at making it to the finals now. And I'm feeling good about this one. I didn't back CSKA, did I? I wouldn't do that. I can't see myself doing that, did I? I can't see Arsenal messing this tie up. Famous last words, if ever there were some. So I will take the Gunners to come out on top in this tie, 3-1 on aggregate. Wow, okay, so the final aggregate score was actually 6-3, so not close, but I mean not like way off. Like it's pretty far off, but not way, yeah, it's way off. I still get a point for the result though, so. Okay, are you ready for this? Because now we are getting to the 2 craziest matches in Europe from this week, man. Buckle up, because the Stade Velodrome always serves up some heat. So, Marseille came into this one just a goal down after losing in Leipzig 1-0, but they didn't get the start they wanted when Jean-Kevin Augustin collected a Naby Keita pass and played it square to Bruma to bang into the bottom corner. That after just 2 minutes. What a way to silence a crowd. And that was Bruma's 3rd of the campaign, and an important away goal for RB Leipzig after shutting out Marseille in the first leg, meaning they didn't get an away goal for themselves. Know what a great way to get the crowd back into it is? Going down to the other end of the pitch and bundling the ball over the line from a corner kick thanks to an own goal from Stefan Ilsanker. I'm not sure how they did it considering UEFA regulations, but somehow Marseille got own goal to sign for them and represent them in this competition. Managed to prize him away from FC Barcelona. Then, 2 minutes later in the 8th minute, Bouna Sarr slammed home Kostas Mitroglou's rebound, putting Marseille up by 1 on the day and level on aggregate. That was the first time that 3 goals had been scored inside 9 minutes in a Europa League match. However, of course, Red Bull still have the away goal, so Marseille had to win this match by 2. And in the 16th minute, Dimitri Payet scored the most beautiful disallowed goal you'll ever see. And the frustrating thing is that it was disallowed due to this. Because of this. I feel for Payet and the Marseille fans here. But their fans would be feeling the love after 37 minutes when Payet's free kick was tapped home by Florian Thauvin, with the dynamic duo linking up to put Marseille in the driver's seat, 3-2 on aggregate. I keep saying Payet and then Payet. You know who I'm talking about. It wasn't over there though, as in the second half, Naby Keita, honestly, get hyped for him, Liverpool fans. He looks really, really good. Found Jean-Kevin Augustin, who put away a second to make it 3-2 on the night and 3-3 on aggregate, with RB Leipzig going through on away goals if it stayed as is. But it didn't stay as is. It only stayed as is for 5 more minutes until, yeah, you guessed it, Dimitri Payet collected a pass from Thauvin, stepped around Ilsanker with ease, and then casually ripped it into the top corner with the outside of his boot. You know, just Payet things. The man was on fire in this one. It was sick to see. And then, just for good measure, Sakai scored on an open goal after Piatov had gone forward for a corner kick. Cue absolute scenes in the Velodrome. 5-2 on the night. 5-3 on aggregate for Marseille. They make it to a Europa League / UEFA Cup semi-final for just the 3rd time in their history. And Adrian, please tell me you got this one right. Let's make it 3 for 3. Come on. This is a really tight one, but I'll show some belief in Marseille and the quality that they have in that team. And I'll take them making it through with a score of 4-3. 3 for 3, baby, and I was so close to getting the score right as well. All right, well, let's go to the crazy matchup that was FC Salzburg hosting Lazio. Now, of course, in the first leg, Lazio had a commanding 4-2 win, but those 2 away goals for a tricky side like Salzburg, they could really come in handy later on. And after the first half, if Salzburg supporters were feeling a little uninspired, you would understand why. And after 55 minutes, if they were feeling a little worried, you'd sympathize with them even more, as Ciro Immobile found himself one-on-one with a goalkeeper walk, and he made no mistake, burying his 8th of this Europa League campaign. 5-2 on aggregate for Lazio, not looking good. But an immediate response through Munas Dabur gave the home side hope. 5-3 on aggregate. Then, Xaver Schalger hit the woodwork for the Austrian side in the 65th minute, before all hell broke loose in the 72nd. Starting with 20-year-old Amadou Haidara conjuring up a goal from out of nowhere with a 25-yard strike that Strakosha was unable to keep out. That was Haidara's first of the Europa League and put Salzburg within 1 goal of advancing, so long as they kept Lazio off of the scoreboard. Just 2 minutes after Haidara scored, Hwang Hee-chan latched onto an extremely long ball, and his deflected effort made it past Strakosha again. 5-5 on aggregate, with Salzburg heading through on away goals. But the Austrians weren't done here, folks. Oh no. You thought I was kidding when I said that the Europa League offered up some bangers this week? 2 minutes later, in the 76th minute, Stefan Leiner headed home a 4th for Salzburg, making it 6-5 on aggregate and putting a seemingly insurmountable climb in front of Lazio. And that is how it ended. 3 goals in the span of 5 minutes from Salzburg as the Cinderella story continues, and the team that has been so dominant this year in all competitions looked like they were about to pull a Manchester City and lose a 3rd in a row, because they also lost back in the Austrian Bundesliga this weekend. But they didn't. They turned their form around, and how? Man, you've got to love that, and I cannot wait to see what kind of problems they can cause in the next round. But even if they don't, they've already given us more than our fair share of entertainment in this round alone. So how did I do with this one? Did I believe in the little Austrian side that could? I think that Lazio will be really frustrated up against Salzburg, and they'll end up losing this tie 3-1 on aggregate. What's up, man? What's going on with you? Oh, me? Not much. I just went 4 for 4 with my Europa League predictions. Man, I should have bet some money on that. But yeah, honestly, I didn't think that Salzburg was going to pull it off after the first half was up, but my oh my. Marseille too. Man, like I said at the start of this video, Europe has just been offering up absolute heaters in the UEFA competitions, and I cannot wait until they all return towards the end of April. April 23rd for Champions League, April 25th for Europa. That's kind of weird, actually, because they're switching the matches to Monday through Wednesday for the UEFA competitions. I don't remember them doing that in the past. Maybe the UEFA website's just tripping out again. But anyways, how did you guys do with your predictions? The Europa League is tough to predict, so don't feel bad if you didn't do well. In the last round, I think I got like half of them right, man. It was rough. But that will do it for me, folks. What a solid week. This is the 5th video, not counting the watch-alongs, and I've got some FIFA career mode coming at you this weekend. Love ya. Thanks again for 10K. I'll be doing a special video for that, and I hope you have a great weekend. Peace.